Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rahab, Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone, and to the bishops and elders in Connecticut, and also to the high priests, that taught our apostles and elders, right? And to the brothers that's out there putting their lives online, teaching this truth, the 100% doctrine of Yahweh Shai, okay? And this y'all demand from the Great Millstone Houston camp. And I'm gonna get into it, right? In this First Corinthians 2 and 9. But as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Yahweh by Shema power have prepared for them that love him. But Yahweh have revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of Yahweh by Shema power. Right? So the things, that we don't see, right? That we read about in the scriptures, man, pretty soon they're gonna come to pass, right? Okay? Even though we don't see them right now, but us at Great Millstone, we have the faith of the things that we know up in these scriptures that Yahweh Shema got promised for us, was gonna come to pass. And the things that we see right now, right? These earthly things, right? That you can see, that you can touch right now, all that's, hey, that's gonna pass away. Okay? And we can't imagine the things, we imagine some things, but like it says, need to have entered into the heart of men, right? We never really thought about the things that we think we want to see in the kingdom to come, right? That's gonna be far away, far out. It's gonna be far out, man, out of this world, right? And, he reveals some of these things to his servants, the prophets, like it says in Amos, the 3rd chapter, the 7th verse. Okay, let's get there right quick. Amos 3 and 7, right? And it reads, Amos 3 and 7, surely Yahweh by Shema power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets, right? Okay, whether it's talking about the MOTB, right? The kingdom of heaven, okay? Prophecies was to come, the present times that's written in the scriptures, okay? It's given to his servants, the prophets, and thankful, the water Yahweh by Shema Shah for our elders, and they, the ones that taught them too, giving them, respect too, But yeah, man, the water to our apostles at Great Millstone, for teaching us and showing us, the way. But yeah, and let's get 2 Corinthians 2 and 9. Just, bringing these scriptures up because I'm going to play a video in a minute. 2 Corinthians 2 and 9. For to this end also do I write. Now, what's Slacky? I meant to get Slacky for that. You know what? Let me just do it like this, There we go. 2 Corinthians 4 and 18. Right? 2 Corinthians 4 and 18, and it reads, while we look, let me see something. Okay, I started 17. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. See that? You know what? Let me read this in the NLT. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17 in the NLT. For our present troubles are small and won't last very long. You see that? Breaks it down a little bit more, Yet they produce for us a glory that vastly overweighs them, right? And will last forever, right? I'm going to read that again. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. For our present trouble are small and won't last very long. Yet they produce for us a glory that vastly overweighs them and will last forever. You see that? Though we're going through these troubles, man, our glory is gonna come pretty soon, man. It's gonna be, you ain't even gonna think about what we went through in these times that we're going through right now. You see that? That's gonna be dope. That's beautiful. Verse 18, 2 Corinthians 4 and 18 in the NLT. So we don't look at the troubles we can see now. See that? Rather, we fix our gaze on things that can't not be seen. For the things we see now will soon be gone. See that? Beautiful. But the things we cannot see will last forever. There you go. Right? Hey, being in the kingdom. Right? Just naming a few things, having many wives and having a family, many children. Okay? And riding in a UFO, so-called UFO, a chariot. And that's what I'm gonna do this video on. I'm gonna show it right now. I'm gonna play it, right? And a couple of brothers did a video on this already, and it's dope and it's neat, okay? And I was watching the brother Manatazak Bar in South Carolina, if I'm saying his name, the elder brother out there in South Carolina, Salaki, okay? And the brother out there in North Carolina, the elder Hawad, right? They did some videos on this video. This is on TikTok and IG. And this fair use. I'm not getting paid for it, just for educational purposes only, okay? But yeah, check this video out, man. It's cool. It's pretty cool. Let me play one more time. It's dope. Man. Yeah, And that's just a small chariot, okay? Just a small chariot. Just imagine, I'm quite sure when we're in the kingdom, we can make our chariots small, bigger, regular size, or whatever, right? I know, Lord willing, hey, we'll be happy. We have the power to do these things, right? And hey, you might have your chariot, might be like brother was saying, hey, silver, gold, lapis lazuli, sapphire, right? And me personally, I would love to have my chariot, black opal, I love them. I love, the gemstone opal, right? I mean, why not? Let me see. Let me bring that up. Let me see something. Yeah, hold on. Bear with me. Yeah, there we go. Them beautiful opals, man. Black opal. And I got this on my avatar, right? Yeah, that's. I would love my chair to be a color, like this here, with different colors on it, with that black background. I'm just, being a visionary, right? Got to have a little vision, okay? Yeah, that's dope. So let's go here. Let's get Ezekiel. I'm gonna bring out two more. Ezekiel 1. I start at 4. When you read Ezekiel, the first chapter explains the chariots, right? To the ones that know, it's like preaching to the choir. But the ones that don't know, read Ezekiel the first chapter, going into the chariots, and that's gonna be one of our promises, right? One of our gifts, Yahawashi gifts us with. Lord willing, I'm in that number. Ezekiel 1 and 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, right? A great cloud, so-called UFO, a chariot. And a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber. See that? Out of the midst of the fire, color of amber. It's pretty much like a golden, like an orange, like a, golden, something like that, like a golden amber, like a golden orange, just golden, pretty much the color, right? A real beautiful color. Like I was saying, hey, these chariots come in many colors, right? Verse 5, Ezekiel 1 and 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, right? And living creatures is man, ox, lion, and eagle. Goes into the strength of the chariots, right? Right, and this was the appearance. They had the likeness of a man. Okay, let me read it again. Verse 5, Ezekiel 1 and 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. I just explained, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had 4 faces, right? And every one had 4 wings. Okay, like I was saying, when you read down, it's like the man, the ox, the lion, and eagle. It goes into the strength of the chariots. It's like breaking down, the chariots, the strength they have, right? Verse 7, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled. And I just say that, it's like a boot. Probably, they had like boots, with like a split in between their toes, some type of fancy boots. Just explaining, what they had on going into their boots, right? And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Burnished brass, what that mean? Meaning different colors of brown, dark color, all the way to a light color of brown or brass. We know the color of brass, right? It's showing you how the angels look like, okay? So yeah, just wanted to go into that and explaining the chariots and the angels, that's up in the chariots, okay? And let's get this in Isaiah, right? 4 and 5. It's like 4 and 5. Because you seen the Jake, I play a little. He's going out to the garage, right, to get inside that chariot. See, now we won't really be, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you want to do that, you could do it, but the scriptures say let's just get to it. Isaiah 4:5, and it reads, "And Yahawashi will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion." Who's Mount Zion? Israelites, the 12 tribes, right? Zion, to Zion, right? A monument, right? When you go into Hebrew in there, Zion, to Zion, monument. And upon her assemblies, a cloud, right? A cloud, what is that? So-called UFO or chariot. And, okay, let me read that again. Isaiah 4:5. "And Yahawashi will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies a cloud," right? So-called UFO. "And a smoke by day, and the shining of a flaming fire by night. For upon all the glory shall be a defense," right? Okay. "And there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and from a place of refuge for a covert from storm and from rain." Read it again, verse 6. "And there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and for a place of refuge, and for a covert from storm and from rain." So it's telling you that these chariots, right, is going to be dwelling in your place, or your palace, or your castle, hovering above your castle, right, for a defense, protecting, your palace or your castle, right? Maybe, from a storm or whatever. So we're going to have chariots in the kingdom. When you get out come out your castle, your palace, right? See that? It's going to be a chariot right there waiting on you wherever you need to go. You could operate it, or, you might have an angel, inside of it, take you where you want to go. See that? That's dope, man. That's dope. It's a cool little video going throughout dimensions of the world, in the desert, right? Through the ocean, just showing you throughout look like Rocky Mountains or whatever. Yeah, man, it's a cool little video. We have this brother, put it, they split apart multiple chariots, right? Yeah, man. So hey, that's cool. That's cool. I just wanted to go into that, this video, man. I thought it was neat. It was cool. It's the things that Yahawashi got, in store for us. Okay, we keep on and we endure. Do what he has for us to do. Do what he's supposed, do what he says and obey, and do what he have to do. Occupy till he come, right? Do the work. Keep pushing, keep enduring, right, to the end. So I hope this been edifying. Hope this been edifying to the elect, to who, those that's listening, right? And until next time, I'm gonna give our praises due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rahab Kakadash. Until next time, Shalom, and Shalom to the elect.